It's funny how certain characters in Red vs. Blue can have such a big impact in the series, like Allison, Sigma, and even Private Jimmy. They have such small roles but play extremely significant parts, leaving long-lasting impacts on several of the show's characters. A few of these minor players have only made an appearance in 1 or 2 seasons, some only a cameo. My number 7 pick is actually no different, but she's one of the most important characters in the entire series. I'm talking about Agent Connecticut, aka CT. Connecticut wasn't the best freelancer, nor was she the worst. She was in that gray area, which probably made her the perfect candidate to expose the cracks in the project. From the very start, CT questioned the motives and actions of the higher-ups, while everyone else either went along with the status quo or tried to hush her up. The others perceive her cynicism as her being jealous over her supposedly low ranking, which the official RVB guide oddly states was CT's main reason for defecting. But I think it makes more sense for her mistrust to stem from how the director treats and punishes certain freelancers. There's a clear sense of favoritism that the director displays, and CT picks up on it pretty quickly. More or less, CT played devil's advocate within the program. She told people what they didn't want to hear. She's also the epitome of what the organization does as a whole: perform morally unethical acts under the radar to ultimately serve the greater good. I'm glad CT was complex and was given just enough screen time for us to be suspicious of her, but not know exactly what she was up to. I also think that because she never made it onto the leaderboard, as well as the fact that she was always hard on herself, helped the audience feel sympathetic towards her. We know the freelancers are badass soldiers, but they weren't born that way. At least not all of them. We never think about how emotionally taxing their journeys are to become the best. Even if you're good, if you're not amazing, you're practically useless. CT says this herself.
This is a selection process, Wash. I don't know for what, but if you're not at the top of that board, you're not worth anything to him.
Anybody aspiring to be a great artist or athlete or doctor or whatever, I think can relate to this. Think about it. These freelancers dedicated their lives to the survival of the human race. They simply wanted to do their part in serving the greater good. Imagine what they sacrificed for that. Yet the world tells them they're just not good enough. We're not on the brink of extinction yet, but that's something I'm sure most people can relate to. Samantha Ireland does a fantastic job portraying the character. I think what I love most about CT is the role she played in the story, as well as her design. I'm always curious about how exactly the creators choose what armor is appropriate for what character. CT's armor choice is particularly interesting, specifically her EOD helmet. The fact that the visor is separated into 2 eyepieces helps her stand out from the others, as if there's 2 eyes surveying everything in secret. Like Florida, CT was shrouded in mystery, but in a different fashion. From her identity to her allegiance to the secrets she was keeping, CT always had something to hide, which is why I think her role in the series is one of the most important, despite only appearing in 2 seasons. As I said earlier, the fact that she was in that gray area, she wasn't the best, she wasn't the worst, is what I think helped her see all the atrocities going on around her, and what truly pushed her to ultimately defect. There's a great speech at the end of the film Dope that I feel applies to CT.
See, when you don't fit in, you're forced to see the world from many different angles and points of view. You gain knowledge, life lessons from disparate people and places.
It's clear that CT was an outsider. We never see her mingle with her teammates, and she's constantly trying to get a rise out of them. But the fact that she was that outsider, she was able to see things from different angles and perspectives. She was able to see the truth. And her keen observations on what was happening around her ultimately served in bringing Project Freelancer to justice. She was the one who found out about the torturing of the Alpha. She was the one who revealed to Tex what she was. She was the one who influenced Wash to look at things differently. And she was the one who ultimately helped the Reds and Blues find the director. Who knew such a small character can make such a big impact? In writing this, I even found myself relating to CT in a lot of ways.
Good luck. Your friend, Connie.
So that's my number 7 pick, guys. What are your thoughts on Agent CT? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. The remaining top 10 will be rolling out periodically. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you so much for watching. See you next time, and have a good one.